The idea for neural activity was, hey, let's take this idea in drug prevention and have it taught to the younger teens by the older teens. They are facing things that we never faced.
I've actually personally been able to talk to some of my friends that I know, dabble with drugs. We've been able to help them steer clear of that, and that's been one of the biggest things for me, and that really makes it all worth it.
It's fun because, they're adventure activities. You can't really go wrong with rock climbing. It gets you that high that you could possibly get with drugs, but it's not harmful.
It does increase that natural high feeling, which is great, so people can see that you don't need to do drugs just to get that same feeling you can get from doing something that's actually a lot more creative and fun.
Presenting to the 6th graders, I learned how big of an impact that just being a high school student and educating these other kids can really be.
I'm a believer that you rise to the level of the expectations that you have for yourself.
Whenever someone comes up to me with the question of whether they should do drugs or not, ask them what they plan to do with their future and if the drugs will help them get to where they want to be. Most of the time that answer is no.
So we talk a lot about raising those expectations and keeping them high, and how if you let those expectations fall, sometimes you see your results fall. And that can be a dangerous scenario for a teen.
If somebody's got a drug issue in their school right now, we're looking at neural activity, and the approach we're taking is not to change what you're doing now, it's to change the culture of your building for the future. It's not a one-time hit where we're going to do a week on anti-drugs and hopefully change behavior. It's a culture change that we're working on.
Children have great potential to do great things, and if they're equipped with the right knowledge of the effects of drugs, when presented with a situation where their potential might be ruined because of drugs, they will be more prepared to make the right choice to avoid drugs.
Such a novelty to them to have a peer teaching them. They are so dynamic in how they can reach the younger teen generations, much more than I can, as dynamic as I can be.
They were totally eating up what we had to say, and they loved it, and just that experience was totally indescribable for me. It's something that I will never forget.
In my opinion, if you don't have that component of a drug prevention program, you don't have a drug prevention program.
I've always had a kind of a firm belief in educating or advocating against drugs and alcohol, but I never would have dreamed 2 years ago that I would be here. But I'm so thankful that I am, because I found out that it's a niche and it's a passion in my life.